everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch, and at The Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Right guys, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I sure did. It was a bit cold here and very windy and raining, but I stayed in the warm house watching some catch-up movies that I recorded. Right, I think yesterday afternoon I had a request of a lady called Susan, who has asked me if she's subscribed to me, but she's watched some of my videos and she's noticed that I did a window frame one. I think it was last year, or probably summer this year or summer last year. But she'd like me to do one for her daughter to go in a entrance hallway. She's got two doors apparently. One, the main door, and then you walk in and there's another door. And she'd like one to go on there in pinks, silvers and maybe the odd whites with a bow. So we're going to do it. I don't mind. I love requests. So I'm going to do a bow, but I haven't done one today. I thought, for the people who have only just subscribed, the newcomers or the beginners, I will show you how I do a bow. I will do one on the bow maker because my hand today is in a bit of pain. So first of all, before we do the bow, we're going to go through what we've got. Now, we've got quite a bit here because I couldn't really make my mind up this morning. I kept looking at everything and thinking, I like that, I like that, I like that. So I just couldn't make my mind up. Anyway, there's one thing I did make my mind up, and that's with our Christmas conifer. I grabbed a few, because I tend to cut a few down off the bunch ready for when I use them. And I don't know how many's in here, but if I need any more, we'll grab some. But I've got some of our lovely conifer. I've also got out, I've cut half of a stem of our tree pine, or fluff. Yeah, some of our tree pine as well for the movement with the frame, the glass, pretend glass frame is quite big, so I've got some of those out. I've also got some of our pine needles, our long tree pine needles as well, for the movement because they're quite wispy, so I thought we'd grab some of those out as well. I haven't got out a few as well, grabbed a few of the pine needles that are flocked, so we could place some of those in and dot them around also. I have got out, and I've cut these down before I started, some silver bay leaves. I thought if I get those, I want those to sort of like be dotted around. I don't want them on the outside. Well, the stems weren't long enough. So I've cut them a little bit shorter to have them dotting around in the middle. Now I have got these very, very highly glittered. I think it's I don't know if it's a fern, cypress, it looks more like a fern, from Lily Jades, the silver highly glittered ones with a few sequins on as well. I love these. I love the shape of them. So I've got some of those out for the larger leaves. And for the even more larger leaves, I've only got two out. But I've got some of this long fern. So I thought we could use some of that in one, like the L shape like that. And have the arrangement around here. So I've got two of those. I also did get out some pink. I've cut off this stem, some pink fern as well, with, it's got glitter on as well as sequins, if I can spot them. Yeah, the odd sequins on as well. So I've got some of those in case I wish to use those instead. I did only get a few out because I don't want to place many of these in. Of the maple, I just wanted the softer colour where it wasn't so sparkly, just to tone it a little bit so it doesn't all clash with each other. So I've got some of the maple out where it's got like a bit of a hint of pinky colour in it, or blush pink, something like that. So I thought we'd get those. I also did cut these down. Some, I've got one what's out of the, some eucalyptus scenario. I thought that's a nice darker pink for things to bounce off of as well. So, oh, there's another one out there as well. I've got some on picks and some I've just cut off the stem. Now I feel like I've got glitter everywhere. I've got out my picks, my berry picks in pink glitter. I've got the bigger ones, and I've also placed in here some of the lighter pink. They're more of a, I don't know, like a mauvey pink. I think that's the right word. And then they're more like a baby pink. So I've just got a few of both out. Now I only have got one out of these because I want it just one going up one side, and like the silver fern, and one along the bottom. I may use the third one and place that in the centre somewhere. So I've only grabbed one. I've got some oddments left before I start a new bunch where I've chopped and not used. Some of my white parfavolia, and I thought we could add a bit of white also in it with foliage. And with the white foliage, I've got some white cypress leaves that I've already fluffed up in advance. So I don't, you know, with me doing the bow, I know it would take longer. So I've got some of those out. I have got these out now. Whether I use them or not, guys, I don't know. But some of our picks where they've got the spiky grass with the few little balls, and I thought could represent, you know, snowballs when the kiddies are playing in the garden, or even the parents. I've got that much fluff on and I don't know where it's coming from. So these may be from where the fluffy poinsettias are in white. And for our floral, now I've got out some cosmos. With it having a light dusty grey stem and that, I've cut a few shorter pieces out but left one long stem to place again around the height, and a few around the bottom and middle. So I've done that with those. They're lovely. I love cosmos. I love the airiness. Now I've got some pink poinsettias. Now I've got two. They need rearranging, guys. I will rearrange them when we place them in. But I've got two, like a net effect, and they come on stems like that. And then I've got one large velvet one. So perhaps that one goes in the middle, and the other two, one at the top, one at the side. So I've got those. And then just to dot around in poinsettias, I decided to get some white, some glittery silver mini poinsettias as well. So that's what we've got for our, oh, and I've got some, same as this, some single poinsettia leaves as well, what I purchased when online I found these. So we've got some of those in case we want to just add those in also. So that is our elements for today. Oh gosh, here we go. Glitter. So for our bow, It's going in the top corner on its own, so I need long tail ends so it just doesn't look like it's around loops, you know, several loops just popped in the corner and nothing dangling down from it. I may put the odd leaf to, you know, dangle with it, but I started to do it and then I thought, no, I'll do today where I show you. So I've got a pink, like a mauve coloured glittered one. Then I've got a very soft pink velvet one as well, which is, it's like 2.5 inch. I can never remember the sizes. I'm rubbish. Yeah, 2.5 inch. Excuse me, guys. I've got a tickle at the back of my throat. Then I've got the 1.5 inch silver with the like mesh or woven mesh at the sides. And then I've got the deco web ribbon at 2.5 inches as well. And then I've also got the metallic, well, not metallic, the silver, is that 1 inch? Yeah, 1 inch with the little bit of frayed edging. So that's what we've got for our ribbon. So I'm going to again do it on my bow maker with me having my arthritis. Don't like to say, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to bring the camera down, then I'm going to have to place it back up because the frame that we're doing it on, it is very heavy. It's solid wood. My husband gets them at work and he's let me have some. So it's one of these, and I've placed a bit of foam at the bottom where I've attached it with cable ties and placed wreath wrap around the foam. So I want things to go up and across as well as in the centre. So it is quite big and heavy. I think, yeah, it's 22 inches by 22 inches. So we'll place it on there. So I'm just going to, again, I'm going to have to then pop the camera back up and move it backwards so you get a better view of it when we are creating. So let me just bring the camera down then, guys. So we'll bring it here. I may have to come slightly a little bit closer so you can see. I hope that's okay for you. So we're going to start with our glittered one. Now I'm only going to put in around a 6-inch tail end as you're looking at it at the top. So that's all I'm doing at the top because I don't want it going over and round the back. So I want the top part short. So then once it's in between the two wooden dowels, I will twist it towards myself so the glitter is underneath. Once I've done that, I fold it over or bring it back to the centre so I can just get the ribbon out of the way. And on your board, I've got numbers. Mine only goes up to 6. So I'm going to do a 6-inch one loop with it being quite a big frame. So, and then place it through the dowels. Once I've gone through the dowels, I twist it again towards myself. So the pattern again is upside down. And I bring it back over through the dowels once I've measured it at 6. And that's all I'm going to do with those because we've got 5 ribbons. Then I'm not, because I've finished doing my loops, you don't twist it. Then bring your long tail end that you're having. I mean, to you it looks like I'm doing it at the top, but the long tail end, I'll cut it I'm only eyeballing this, guys. If I need it any shorter, I will cut it. Just cut it there. Then fold the ending in half so the two wired edges meet, and then cut at an angle so you end up with a lovely dovetail. So that stays there. So now I'm placing these, and they're going to stay horizontal. So then I like to wrap my ribbon back up. I don't like bits of ribbon, you know, tail ends floating everywhere. Oh, I can't get these pins in. So that's that one. Then I will use, and this has got silver on the back. This is like a metallic silver, very shimmery. So I'll cut these in half as well. In half, not cut them in half, fold them in half. Let me just get that little bit of wire off. So I've got a dovetail again. So because I placed my tail end there, the 6-inch one, now I'm going to place it on this side. And all I do is just place it through and angle it. And I'll eyeball it again by measuring the two tips here where it finishes. Then I will twist it towards myself. So the ribbon is upside down and the silver is showing. I'll place it in. I'm going to do another 6-inch. Place it through the dowels. Let's just make sure that's correct. And then I will twist it again towards me. I just tend to like to make sure that it's all straight in the center. And then measure it with the loop at the bottom that you've first done. And like that. So that's all I'm going to do with those. So I'll bring it down, cut it, fold it in half again so the two wire sides meet, and then cut at an angle. Oops, I've done it wrong. I've gone the wrong way. Sorry guys. See, I make mistakes. So that is that one. And now because we've got those glitter ones horizontal, I want these vertical. So I will bring these down vertical. I will try and get my loops above the tail ends. I may want to go that way because sometimes they sit better and the opposite way. I like to pat the ends to give them that more of a round feel and a fuller feel look. So now we've got that. So you've got like a letter, or more like a letter X if we place those like that. So that is that one. So now we will do our silver one. Do the same on the end here. Place the two wired edges together. And you're going, if you're doing it yourself, this folded point here nearer to you, place your scissors nearer to you and cut at an angle to the edge. So now at that, my last tail end was there. I'm going to place the other one back on this side. So again, I will be eyeballing it concerning the length. You can measure it yourself if you wish before you place it in. So now it's in, I twist, I keep my finger here on the opposite side just so it doesn't move when I twist. And then with these, I'm going to do 5.5 inch. So just look at your board. So twist towards myself again. I tend to fold it in half before I place it in. And now I'm going to do 4 of these. So twist again on this side. This one's quite fragile. Well, not fragile, but not as good as to control. So you just have to be careful. As you can see, it's popping back up. So there's 4. So then I will let me just twist that one back into place. Bring my tail end down again, and I'll cut. I'll dovetail the tail ends at the end. So now I'm going to go in between the 2 pinks with the silver. So this is where these 2 go. So they will sit like that. Then let's just wrap that one back up. Then I've got our deco web. Now this one sticks to your clothes if you've got a jumper on like I have, unfortunately. Oh, there's a little bit. Now I don't dovetail this because you can't really tell, so I tend to place a cut just as a slant. So our last tail end was on that side, on the right side, so I'm placing it now back on the left. And this hasn't got any wire in, so this can be a bit more, well, have its own mind and wander off. As you can see, it's bending already. So I'm going to do these at 5.5 inch as well. Twist when I get to the other side, so it catches on anything. And then 5.5 inches again on that side. Twist again. Again, I'm measuring it with the pink one here, 5.5 inches. Oh my goodness. Let me just straighten it. Twist one more time. Measure it with the other one. 5.5. And then bring your tail end down with this as well. I love the deco web ribbon, but it does catch on your clothing. And then we've got our silver one with the frayed edge. Now, after I've put something like the deco web ribbon in, I do tend to place something what's got wire in above it, just to keep it in place. Now, I don't cut the edge on these because these do fray, so I just slightly turn them over a couple of times and keep it flat. So we're back onto this side. So I always use something with a bit more support to hold it to the deco web together. Now I'm going to go 5-inch with these. So twist. Let's just see. 5-inch. And I'm going to do 4 of these. So it is going to be quite a thickish bow. And then I'm going to bring this tail end down as well. So we've got the silver ones are in between the pink. And then the deco web on in the position where the pink is at the bottom. And then the silver goes where the position of the silver ribbon is. So I'm just moving them into place now. And then finally, I'll put a bit of this pink back in for our centerpiece, just to hide our mechanics. So all I'm going to do with this little bit, I'm going to cut a piece off. Like so. I'm going to fold it in half. Let's see, oh, it's about there. And then I'm going to just pinch in there and place it in the center of our dowels. So then once you've done that, get a cable tie or pipe cleaner or floral wire, whichever you've got at hand. I slide this underneath. Some people place it on before they start. It's whatever you feel, you know, you're most comfortable with. I find the centre and the parting of them all I bring them together, stuck on the deco web. And I just pull it slightly. I don't pull it to the fullest to start with. It's just so I can get it out of the bow maker. Now you will see in the centre where the dowels have been, you've got a little bit of a crease. That is your sign to show you where your pipe cleaner or your wire or your cable ties should sit, because that's the central point. And I bring the cable tie around the back. I will get another cable tie, place it through, just make sure it's the right way. Like that. Pull slightly tighter, but not fully. And then just fluff up before I pull the cable tie tight. Bring your tail ends to the bottom where you'd like them, or wherever you'd like them to sit. Just bring those there. That one will go in the middle here. So that one will sit on top of the silver, pink on pink, silver on silver. So once I've done that, I will pull tight at the back. I will then clip off the excess here, because we don't need that. And then now I will just hold the cable tied and fluff up better. Because you want that letter X at the back. And then the silver ones go on top of each of the silver coloured other ribbon, and the pink deco mesh goes on top of the pink. Silver, silver, pink. So there you have your bow. Now the centerpiece has got a little bit of overhang here where we placed it in. Just cut, be careful not to cut any of the other ribbon, cut that down a little bit more, like so, and then just bring your centerpiece over to cover where you've cut. So then now I will just dovetail that. I'll fold this one under itself a couple of times because it frays, and I've cut that one at an angle. So that is your beautiful, beautiful bow ready to be placed on. So there are your long tail ends. Again, you could cut those once it's on, or you know, if you know what size you'd like it before you place it, then that's even better. Whichever you're most comfortable with, guys. I don't suggest, you know, I never say you must do it like this, because everybody's got their own little way of creating things, you know, for yourselves. It's what's easier on yourself. So that is our big bow completed. So I'll place that there for now. I'll move these out the way. We don't want these now. Let's just pop those over there as well. Right, I'm going to bring our stand up. Oh my gosh, it is heavy. I'll move my chair because I can't do it with the chair there. And I'll alter our camera. Right, we're going to go quite far back, guys, because I want you to be able to see as much as I can get in. So, here we go. So as you can see, I've only put like about a 6-inch block of foam there, cable tied it on. You can cover your mechanics at the back by placing a bit of ribbon on, or Hessian ribbon, or you know, with the, or a ribbon to match the colour of the frame, or you could place a leaf, a bigger leaf, a solid, more solid leaf on the back just to cover it. So let's have a look. with our bow. Where's the other piece gone? Here. What I'm wanting to do is place our bow. Excuse if it moves, guys. Around here near the edge. If I can just get my needle nose pliers to grip. I can just there we go. Cut that. Well, the rest of the bit of tie wrap that's hanging out. And then let's just position our tail ends. So we've just got those hanging. Let me turn it a bit more around so I can see. Oops, I nearly just picked that up. Right, so that's what we've got. If it looks a bit wonky, sorry guys, I may get a floral wire and just hold it in place because I don't like it when it's a little bit offset. So I'm just gonna slightly hold that in place with a floral wire. Like that. This may still be a little bit offset, but I can't do anything with this being in the centre. Right, I want to start with our big fern because I want these to go up the side and along the bottom. Now this is the only one. I'm going to take a few though off at the bottom by cutting a few of the leaves off because I don't want it exceptionally, you know, really extreme, because then I'm going to have to take some foliage and floral and everything to go all down, you know, to follow it, because I didn't want it up here. I'll just take a few more off. You just get your clippers and just cut off what you don't want. That's better. So I'll do the same with that one. So the last one I cut was around here. Right. There we go. So I'm going to cut the stem. So I'm going to place one up here, but I'm not just going to have it vertical like that. It's too straight. As I was speaking to a lovely lady and said, when she was asked, you know, saying she struggles with how to place things in. And I did tell her that, you know, not to place things in just vertical without any movement in the stem. Let me just... because I did say to her, if you go outside on your garden, you won't see anything just placed straight. Everything bends and things like that. So I want to place this here, and I'm going to bring it down here. I don't want it right the way up. So as you can see, I've bent the stem just to give it more of that natural movement. And this one, again, this one may be slightly a little bit too long. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. So I bend it one way and the other. And we're going to place this like that. So you've got an L shape. So that gives it. Now you can see your arrangement, how, because I don't want to cover this, all of it. I want to just bring the arrangement along the bottom so you can still see the window frame. You can spray it. I wanted to leave it natural because one, it can go outside. It's tannalized timber, so it's being treated inside and out. So I wanted to leave it natural. I was considering doing it white or the chalk effect, but then I decided to keep it natural. Changed my mind. Oh, there's lots of glitter. So I have this, and I could place that there. Again, I want to come in the centre because what I want to do, I want to place the big poinsettia here and the two smaller ones just slightly a little bit longer on the side. So let's see if in fact I'll put some greenery in first instead of the sparkly. Let's get some green in. Again, I've chose this with it being long and wispy. You know me, guys. My style, wispy. Oh, these. I'll do this one as well, and I'll just go slightly in front, but lean it. I don't mind leaning things out. Again, it's a natural look. We want to try and mimic that as much as we can. Oh, let me take the band off. And we'll do the same on the other side. And I don't mind things slightly hanging down as well. So with this one, I'm just going to go and have that slightly hanging. Now this is I've cut some smaller stems. Now I quite like the idea of having one here. This is our boundary, the height is our boundary, and the width here is, or length is our boundary. So I don't mind the odd bits just popping out if it's wispy, but here I'm trying to go in like an asymmetrical shape, which is like a triangle from the side. So I want to place this one in to the center. And what I'm going to do, I think that's the wrong way. Place that around here, push it in again, so we've got that angle. I'm sure I cut. And again, I don't want to forget placing any under. So I'm going to bring this one also at an angle. But I'm going to bring this here because I don't want it, I want the movement of the green tree pine in the centre. Now what I want to do with this one, I want to chop it because I want a little bit coming out from the side. Cut that the wrong way around. So I'm going to place it in the centre like that. Then I've got another one where I've cut from it. I want to place on the corner. I'm basically trying to fill in all areas around, so I don't need those yet. I could use those later on for a bit of filler. Now I want to place in some of our pink. I've cut some of this down as well to mix in some of our pink with our green and silver. So in fact I could bring that one there. And as you notice, I'm bringing that slightly longer than this because I want that angle. I'm not going over. I just want to keep that angle going down. I'm just going to place one in there to act a little bit like filler. I think somebody's here.
See you later.
Oh, see you later, Jordan. And I'm going to, again, I want to bring it some down here. That's slightly longer, so I could place that going there. But again, the silver leaf is our boundary. I can just cut that. So I'm going to just bring that down. So I don't want it to go too far out. I want some under the bottom here as well. Again, I'm taking it all the way around. Let's turn it the right way. Now I've got some where I've chopped single ones off to place at the side. So I want that one there. Just cut it a little bit shorter. I'm going to place that around here. I've got a longer one that I could bring up there. I'm stuck to glue. Let's see which is the longest. That one. I'm going to take off one of those leaves. Oops, a daisy. Let's glue one of this on at the bottom. So we use this one as it's a little bit longer. And I'm going to use that one here. But I'm going to just intermingle some of it, because I still want to see that green. So we could do that. And then here, obviously, I'm going to place one just popping out from the centre. So I don't want it, you know, it's just all around the edge. So, and I'll bend it slightly so it's hanging outwards. I don't bend it flat. I just bend it slightly so it looks like it's hanging over to give it that volume. And to make it look pretty. So I don't need those. So now we've got that. Now I've got this in white again. I want the 3 pieces. Let's cut that one. So I want one. Again, I like a bit of white just to, you know, set things off. So we'll place in a tall one. Again. Like so. I don't mind it popping out from the side, but I don't want it popping out so it's out here. I want to keep it relatively within that area. And the same with this. I may bring that one up there. I'll cut it a little bit. Bend it a little again to give it that volume. Turn those leaves around a little bit. I do like to bring it out and just bend it so it's got that bit of a curvature to it. Now I can cut this one into 2 pieces actually. Have one down here, again from the side. And to make things it's easier, instead of placing your stems in like that and then bending them, place them up at an angle. By placing it up, it's naturally sitting downwards, it's facing downwards. By placing it there, then bending it, I find that you know, I'd rather do it this way. Well, I've been taught this way. It gives more of a natural look, that it's growing that way. So just go in and push up at an angle like so, and then it's naturally then facing downwards. And then if you wish, you can just give it a bend if you want it flatter, but if you want it coming up a little bit, just bend it upwards. So let's get a bit of our conifer in. I'm going to place a bit here at the back, just to cover that. I like to just bring things around all the arrangement that I'm doing. I spread it out, guys. That's what I'm saying. Spread your foliage out. Let it intermingle with others. And again, these conifer have only got a wire in the main stem. These two on the side, there's no wire at all. So I bend the centre one to give the centre one that movement. So if I bring it, let's say here, I'm going up at an angle. Let me just wipe that excess glue that's seeped out. And then I grab the centre one and I'm going to bring that upwards, so it's sticking out a little bit more, and it's that one that's got the movement. So I want one down here as well. So I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going under the bottom, but grabbing the centre one and lifting it. Let's see if I cut this stem a little bit. I'm going to place one there, just behind this silver one. So the centre one I will bring slightly down, so you can see some of it. Let's just see where one's needed. One's needed around, no, I'd say here, and then probably one in the centre. So put one with the longest stem. It's got plastic. It has plastic on the bottom, guys, and it's thicker, and sometimes by having that, it folds back in on itself when I'm placing them in. So grab the centre one, give it that movement, and then I'm going to be placing one here. But instead of placing it in that way, I'm going to turn it on its side, like that, and then just slightly bend that. So that's what we've got with our conifer. Doesn't that look pretty? Right, before I carry on, I want to place in our poinsettias. Again, I want one there, and I'm going to bend the heads. So we'll bend them forward before I place them in. I'm going to sit this at the front, like that. Where's the other one? Let's just manipulate this. And then do the same, and I'm going to go, oops daisy, bring it out here, just bend the head in slightly, let's put this one, and I want to place where this square piece is here. I want to place that, or should I say in between the two pinks, the smaller ones. And I'm going so I just want it leaning outwards, and that's why I fluff my foliage up for when I want things sticking out, like, you know, like this poinsettia, that you can still see foliage through, you know, the floral. So that's there in place. Let's have a look. I don't know whether I'm going to use everything. I may just use 3 of these. There is a lot of pink. Do I use those, or do I use the silver? Let me just turn it around, guys, so I can have a better look. Well, I want one down there in the corner for definite, because I've got the 2 long ones there. Let me just manipulate it. So I want one in this corner at an angle. So it gives off a triangular. Oh, I've got smaller ones here. I've got different ones. Oh, I might use those instead. How many? Oh, 3. Look at me. I may pop those. 1, 2. Let's just get that there. Just pop it in the foam slightly. Manipulate that one. Oh, my belly's grumbling again. I don't know what's up with me. I think I'm going to use the silver, if I can just turn it to show you. I've placed one here, so then to sort of like mimic from these taller ones. So you've got the triangle position now with one down here. It doesn't look odd. And then I've just found 3 of these conifer ones, or some people call them tree fern. And I've placed those, one there, one inside the centre, and then one here. So I've got the other triangle, you know, placement placed in. So I'm going to place those there, So let's just get the glue on. Oops, has that moved? Oh my goodness. Oh no, I'm not putting that in my mouth. There we go. So I'm gonna place that one there. Where did I just see that glue? There. And then I've got one here. I'm going to do the same with. I can't see where I placed it. And then one here. So I've got those in. I don't think now I'm going to need the pink. Let's again, oh gosh. Oh, it's heavy. This isn't going to go anywhere. Or do I place the odd pink? You know, guys, I just look at it and think it just does look nice. Right, let me just place that in. Place that there. Something's telling me around here. So if that's the case, do I use these wispy bits as well? Yeah. But do I use the white ones? So this is where you, yeah. Let's check with the flower, Hammy. Oh, that looks pretty. I don't think I need the silver poinsettias now. They're clashing. What about? No, I don't want those either. I obviously need a bit of white. So I'm going to place in 3 pink. Let's just get these out of the way. So I always say just check it before you do it. Just place it in. Again, I've just placed the pink fern in. Let me just cut that a little too long. And what I'm going to do, place that there. And then as you can see, the other 3 fern. Again, I'm creating a triangle. So by placing things in triangular positions, it balances your arrangement out and it makes it more pleasing to the eye. Some people place in even numbers, you know, that's fine. I do prefer odd numbers, not because I'm odd, but again, I find odd numbers are more pleasing to the eye myself. Again, that's my opinion. So I'm gonna go bring that one there and do the same with this one. under. Like that. So I've got the triangle position with our pink fern. Now, let me just get rid of some of this glitter because I keep wiping my face. I'll be going in the house tonight. I'll be going to my sister's tonight, and it'll still be on me. I won't be able to get it all off. So now I've just looked at it with the Cosmos, guys, just with a bit of floral. I know we've got the poinsettias, but I do like to sort of like add in like an everyday floral, but obviously like something Christmassy colour, but very wispy, that it's not going to be too much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the hydrangeas and roses, but when I've already got the poinsettias in, I just like something wispy like that, just to give it that a bit more, I don't know, make it look more pretty. So if you can see, you know, I always say when you have big floral heads, mix in small ones. You know, it just, again, it's something that makes it more pleasing to the eye again and balances it out. So if I can get the rubber band off, because I've left one long stem and cut the others short. So if I show you, and this has got, you get 3 florals on this little stem, you know, small, medium and large. You know, just by adding something in like that adds that little extra touch, and plus it's, you know, white like that. So again, try it where you want it to sit. I'm just gonna, if I can, place it there. That's one. Or do I've got to have one in here. So I might put that in. It's like slightly a little bit longer. And have something hanging here. Got this, what could go with that, and have it again like that. I'll just have a look. If not, I don't want to place it up here. I could place, if I chopped off some of those, I just bend them over again, bend the flowers over the stem and just try them. Bringing one up higher like that, so you've got not just floral down at the bottom here or around the centre, you've got it there, and then you could bring one down in that centre and then have one again down here. So let's just, oh yeah. So I could, and if your stems aren't long enough, just place picks on them to extend them. Just want to see. Take that out. Just by placing a little bit of a floral. See, now you don't just have to stick to 3s all the time. You can, to make that triangle, you could place in 5. I'm going to place in, that one's going to go there. I don't want it too high up, so I'm just going to place that there. I'm going to do the same with this one, and I'm going to bring this in front of the silver. Again, I don't want it sticking out. too far. I just want that little bit floral there. Let's have a look. I may place that one. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn it around. Place that one there. And then chop one more off to make 5. I'll chop that bottom one off. So 4, and then have that one down there. So that's what I'm going to do. Just have a bit of white in front of the pink. Again, I'm not going out of my boundary with the flowers. I've placed one here, one there, one on the silver fern, one here, and now I'm going to bring one down. You know, I do like to, again, to incorporate things what are above, below, to just, and I'm going to place that in front. There. So I don't want those. Now I have got these still. I've been hanging on to these for near the end because they are a bit like, they're rubbery, but they've got movement. And just bring some out because we've got a big gap still here. Again, I'm not sticking it out like that. I'm bending it. I want that movement, that curve, just to give it, you know, a bit more volume. Bring one from this side. A little bit out, bend it downwards. I'm all about bending them. I just like to see it look as natural as possible. Place one under here. Bend that. I'm going to bring some under the bottom. I want one around here, bend it towards me so it's got that movement again. I think one could do with going there. So I want, if I can get it through, one. I think that's, no, I've put it in the wrong place. I've placed it in wrong. I want it there. I'll hang on to these in case I need any more. I'm going to place in some of our wispy bits. Again, we've still got the silver here. I'm going to bring some of those in the centre, and we've still got our pine needles and our white cypress leaves and some pink. I don't know whether to place those in because we may have enough. So on our parfavolia. So let's get in our wispy bits. And again, this is just to add a little bit of interest and a little bit of excitement. So I've got one there, and I'm going around the centre with some of these as well. I'm not placing them all on the outside because I want this wispy grass to be coming out. And you may think, oh, well, that's quite far out. But the thing with things like this, the area, you can see through them. So you don't really take that much notice unless you specifically focus on them. But that area, you see through them and look what's behind. Oops. If I can get... Again, I want to bring some downwards. So we've got that nice creation, you know, with these picks flowing around. So I'm going to bring one, and I'm placing this diagonally so it's hanging, and I'm going to bring one around here. Let me just turn it, guys, so I can see. So I want one around the back there. Do I want one here? I know I feel I want one up here. So I want a longer one for that. I don't want one with that many on. There. We'll cut that. Take that bottom one off. And I'm going to move these three outwards. And we're going to place these behind the silver, or in front of the silver. But not as high. So then I think we'll place one just behind the big poinsettia. As well. So I've got one more of these. Where can I place this? Let's place it there. Don't want it sticking out too much. So that is our berry pick, our glittery berry pick. Put that in with those. Done. So some of our white cypress leaves, and I've bent these in advance. Now I need to see where we're going to place these. because I need to see where they're needed. Right, one maybe needed here. I think one could go behind. Place that there. Again, it doesn't matter if they are behind things. Place a one there. Something's telling me around here. I think, oops. Oh, behind. So 1, 2. I think behind here at the bottom. So I've just placed those in and around. I don't want these on the inside because they are long as well. I've got the parfavolia for that, and also the silver bay leaves. If I need anything else, I've got things up there I could use in silver, lots of silvers and lots of whites. So I could get something out there, or I could use some mountain pine just to fill it in. In fact, let's get a bit of the mountain pine. I don't want to add a lot in. I'll just take the handful out because we've got the flocked. So let's get our lovely flocked pine needles. And again, I'm going to bring some out and some in. Let me just, I haven't put the white ones in yet, I've just realised. Gosh, talk about daft. Let me just place these in as I go around, guys. I can't believe that. Have you ever done that as well? Place that one in there while I can see it. There's one here. Put that under there. Where did I place the other? There. I knew there was one somewhere. There. I think that's it, guys. So right, I'm going to cut a few down at a, you know, all at the same length. Bring a couple around the back. some in here. Gosh, it is heavy. So if you've got anything heavy like this, guys, just take care. Bring some around the bottom. I can see a loose string in there. Bring one around here. And once you've created your boundary, you know, the length and the height, then everything in the centre comes relatively quicker, because you just basically, like, you are placing them out and spacing them, but it's like you're just filling in that gap as well. But always think about your placement and your spacing. You know, let your flowers breathe. Don't, unless you're doing a compact arrangement, you know, allow them to breathe, and looks like that they've got that breathing room. You know, like the poinsettias are next to each other, but this one's slightly higher and that one's along there, and these are up here. So I'm allowing things to breathe as well. It's just, again, you know, like if you was in your garden and you'd see plants growing through each other just to find their own the light, and that's what they do. So, you know, as well. So it's just basically doing that. And I'm placing this mountain pine in now because with it being quite big and fluffy, you won't be able to see the parfavolia, or, you know, if I placed in anything else what's smaller. Could bring one up there. I still can't get any hold of any more of these at this length. They're still out of stock. I tell you, if they come back in stock, guys, and then they have the January sale, as we do, I shall be grabbing lots of them. Place that one there. Let me just keep grabbing the wrong side. I feel I need one there. Yeah. So I'm putting one just behind one of the petals on the poinsettia. So that's also filled in a gap that we've done. So there's a few around the bottom, but there's some around the big poinsettia in the centre. So then now I can carry on and place in these. Let's just cut these last few again, all at the same size or length. and bring these in and around. And I think I want one coming out here. I've left these ones are longer, you know, for the outer side. I don't want it sticking too far out that it looks odd. Do I place one? You may not see much of it, but then I've got one at least at the top. I mean, if you have, excuse me, if you have a small picture frame, you know, and you haven't got one of something like this, use a small picture frame where you've had something in it that you no longer like. Take the picture out and use the frame. Spray it if you like, or keep it as it is, and just do an arrangement, you know, with the old picture frame instead. Again, you haven't got to go out, guys, and just specifically look for one of these. I mean, this is from my husband. He's a joiner. He runs his own business, so I get things like this for free. Pretty nice. So, but you know, don't just go out there and, you know, especially if you can't afford it, go and look for something like this. Just get an old picture frame. I've done things with picture frames. They are just as nice. They really are. And just go and do the same thing. Attach a piece of foam onto it. You could either do the arrangement up here in the corner, down the centre, or on this corner, that corner, you know, or do an L shape, attach an L shaped piece of foam on. You know, things like that, guys. Don't always think that you've got to look for something this big. I've done things on tiny little picture frames and they are wonderful. So I'm just placing in some of our silver bay leaf around the centre, because now we've got the white, the pink, white and the pink now all around this area. So we're going to need to just incorporate a little bit of silver. Again, just to give it that balance of colours. Because just around here at the moment, all there is green and the pink flowers. So just place in, again, if you're doing 3 colours, place in, let's just, you know, use the colours around the areas in all places, so it's not looking unbalanced. Wonder if I've got a longer one. Oh yeah, there's a longer one. I'm going to place that again in where this conifer is. Oh yeah, it sits behind just slightly, but you'll see a bit of it behind the poinsettia. Where did I go? 1, 2, 3. Wonder if I could. And you know, you could also add berries. I'm gonna bring, I think I don't want one there because it'll clash. I think I'm gonna bring one down here. We've got a longer one here. When I say longer one, I mean one with a longer stem. I'm going to go under the bottom. So I don't need those. We will straighten our poinsettias up. Let me just look with one of these. Could add the odd one. Gosh, when I start, guys, don't want that there because that'll clash. I think something. One, two. You can't see that one much because there's different sizes of these. So I'm going to place in just 3. Oh my goodness. 3 of the poinsettia petals. And they're going to go around the big poinsettia. But I'm only placing in 3. I just felt that a little bit of a pink was needed, you know, around. So I've got one here. And if I want to extend, I just thought something was needed around here. Let's see if I can get it in. I can't see. Where's the other one? And I thought one was, something was slightly needed pink. Can't get that. Just put a little bit more glue on. And this one. Right, I've got our white parfavolia. We may not even need this, but then again, I think we need something of it around the centre. Just where this is. Yeah. So I'm going to place it and then I'm going to turn it around to show you, because it's still a little bit too green for me. Just around this central area. I can get it in a position. So I just want a little bit of white. Around that central point. I may try that one. Let me glue that on, guys, because I don't want it coming off. So that one might be. So I only want 3. I don't want any more. Again, because I don't want it to look too much. You know, I do odd numbers, so I don't want it to, now I've been doing odd numbers, to be slightly out of sync. So let me just pick those up. So if I just show you around the centre as well, where I've just placed the 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I've got the silver, pink and green and white around the central point. So I'll glue those in. I don't know where I'm going to hang it. I may place it there, but then I'm going to have to move that. I don't know where I'm going to move that. We'll find somewhere. So I'm going to now place in those 3, and then that has balanced it all out and made it look pretty for the lady. Again, even if it's just the tips of the parfavolia, you know, sticking out, as long as you can see the white. I'm placing it where it's near to the corner, so you'll see it. And then one here. I can't see. And we'll have it. So there we have it. Now I can see the odd gap at the back. Well, not gap, where, because it is a front facing one, where I need to fill in with a bit of foliage, because that would irritate me. And I'll show you what I mean. If you can see here, just around there I can see, and a little bit down here. I need to cover that. If I don't cover it, oh, I won't be a happy bunny. So I will look for a leaf that is slightly broader and more solid. So, but I don't want it to be out of proportion with everything that I've placed in. So let's have a look. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Let's have a look. I could place in where have they gone? One moment, guys. Keep. They're right in front of my eyes. For that soft touch, because it is soft, it's not, you know, the soft in colours, so I want soft foliage at the back. You won't see it as much, you know, once it's on the wall or door, but peace of mind for myself. So all I'm going to do is get some lamb's ear, and just cover the areas that I need. Even if it's just the tiniest area. Oh, that's a big piece. This is weird because these all come on single stems. So that's quite a big piece. So I'd like to place that just at the back there. And I'm just even, again here, I can see a bit here. I wonder if I've got another one of those big ones. No. So we'll place just a couple at the back here. And we'll go down. And we need to cut that, guys. This is a big piece. One around here. That's just cover that. I may need one more. I can see that actually. Just something, you know, at the back, just to cover your, you know, your foam. You could get a long leaf like an aspidistra leaf, or use coleus or something like that, or a magnolia leaf. You could do that and then just, you know, stick it on as well onto your cable tie. So as well, let me just grab what we've got here. Oh, there's a couple of magnolia leaves here. So you could get for your cable tie a magnolia leaf. So if I just, I've got two different sorts in here. Let's just cut that one off. Let me just straighten my mat. Let me just grab where I can see it. Now, if you don't want to, I've got these because they part either side. You can bring that in just as a piece of decor at the back, or just slightly glue it onto the bit of the magnolia leaf, onto the cable tie. So if I place this into the foam, like so. Let me just get, I haven't got my glue gun on again. Naughty me. Place a little bit of glue on your cable tie, going down, get the leaf, stick it over. Now that would, you know, just to make it look like your foliage is following on from the back to the bottom. So if I do the same, just get a bit of glue on the cable tie to the bottom. Now I've covered my mechanics, and if you'd like to join something, I'll get one of these because it's flat. Something with it just to make it look like it's part of it. then grab another different foliage. Place that in, obviously with it being wired. Now that looks like it's part of the back of the arrangement, and it's also hiding your mechanics. So I hope that little bit helped, because I have had some people, the odd person ask me how I hide my mechanics when I do things, and you can see it at the back. There's an idea. Let's just straighten that. Oh my goodness. Leave. And that's hidden your mechanics. Just to sort of like make it look like these are coming from the arrangement from the front. Just to add that in. So let's just get rid of those. So that is our arrangement or project for today. Let me just, oh, I'm covered in glitter. Never mind, sparkly glitter. Let's get rid of all the banners now. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Again, I hope Susan enjoyed it as well. And whomever, you know, give it a go and just try something again, just even on a single picture frame. I think I've got one. I know it's not the right colour, but where have I put it? I can't remember where I've placed it, guys. I'm not putting those balls in, even though they fell on the floor and I forgot about them. I won't place them in, I don't think. Oh, let's have a look. You know me, guys. I can't help myself. Ooh. One, two. Oh my goodness. And 3. Now I'm going to leave them out, even though they do look nice. So, but yes, even if you've just got a normal picture frame of an old, you know, an old picture that you no longer like, or you want to update the frame for that, just do that. Take it apart and attach a bit of foam, and then you're good to go to do your arrangement. So on today's like, we've had a request for pink, silver and white and a bow on a picture frame. So we've used, I mean, I don't know what this is, guys. It's just been cut like a spiky edge, so I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what to call it. It looks a bit like the edge of what you'd have a holly leaf. But we've got our eucalyptus silver dollar in the pinky mauve colour, our white cypress leaves, our conifer, our flocked pine needles, our tree pine as well, lamb's ear at the back, a bit of magnolia leaf at the back, our pine leaf, our mountain pine, our silver bay leaf, our pink glittered fern. Oh, and our cosmos that we added in, and our berry picks. A couple of the, well, 3 of the poinsettia leaves or petals. 2 poinsettias like this one, and the big one for the centre, with our parfavolia around it as well. Oh, and our big, how can I miss these? How can I miss these? And our big fern, I got those from Lily Jades, and our other tree pine as well, and a bit of our silver conifer, glittery conifer also. Oh, and our bow. Oh yeah, and our bow. And I don't think I can see anything else, guys. But yeah, if I've forgotten, my apologies. So, and we've placed them in, you know, majority of things. Once we've created our border, our boundary, and how we wanted the arrangement, like I did the going down, like an asymmetrical look, and excuse me. And then we came out slightly. I didn't want to come out too far, you know, right out here. So I wanted to keep it. These are just like wispy bits that I've just like in a natural. If you think in your mind like a natural look. Bits come out from different sides and up above and wherever, you know, or at angles. So I try to mimic that sort of thing, and that's just my style. And I bend, you know, stems forward towards, as you're looking at it, towards yourself, and round them slightly, so it's got that round curve effect to give that volume and that bounce, to make it as well look full. So yeah, and did I miss anything? No, I can't think I missed anything else now. But I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I really did. So please subscribe, share and like. And oh, I may not be doing a video on Wednesday, as I have got a delivery coming. I've ordered myself a new one, me and my husband, a new sofa. And somebody's coming early in the morning, well, around 9 o'clock, to take the one I've got away. And then I've got a time slot of 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for my new sofa to arrive. If, you know, I mean, if it does come, I am videoing, that I'll just have to pause, guys. I mean, to you, it'll only seem like just a blink of an eyelid. But I'll pause the video, go and sort the sofa out, and then come back in. So I'm just letting you know in advance, guys. So, but if I don't do a video on Wednesday, I will do it Friday instead. So, again, please subscribe, share and like to the world, to everybody who you know, to your pets, your neighbours' pets, your colleagues, your dentists, your doctors, whomever. And, you know, just so then, you know, it helps to get my business recognised. And I hope you all have a fabulous day, guys, and give it a go. Even if it's a different colour, you can all do it. I know you can. Don't ever doubt yourselves. So I'll see you for today. God bless. Have a wonderful evening. Well, I say evening, it's only 12:30 in the afternoon. Have a wonderful rest of your day, should I say. And I'll see you tomorrow. And I love you all. And keep all your comments coming. Bye for now. Bye-bye. We'll just go and have a close-up, guys. Oh, my goodness. That wasn't very good. Let's got all the cables in the way again. So there's the poinsettia, the lovely velvet one there, and then we've got the net or like a organza material. Our lovely cosmos. Again, I don't know what they are, guys. If you know, let us know. And behind there you can see our green tree pine and our silver dollar eucalyptus in the pink. Look at the colour. Look at the veins on that. And then you've got your conifer in silver glitter, your lovely bay leaves, your lovely pink glittered fern with your white cypress leaves. And here you've got, your flocked pine needles. What else, guys? I have to go around slowly because I can't. Oh, and obviously the big silver glittered fern. And our mountain pine, yes, our mountain pine there. And our parfavolia as well. So again, if I've forgotten anything, my apologies. So that's what it looks like at the bottom. Well, if I stand back a little bit more here. So it's gone down at an angle. And there's our beautiful bow with the pink velvet centre and the silver one with the frayed edges. And then our deco web there, if you can see. And then our glittery pink as well. And that's sat up in the top corner for something just to hang down the side, so it just doesn't look, you know, alone or with just a round big bow at the top. So I added the tail ends. If you want to add more tail ends, guys, or place them at the bottom left hand corner of your arrangement, just going down, or some ribbon, you know, coming through here and then leading to the bottom where you've got your tail ends, you could also do that. Or you could twist your bow around where your tail ends are going up here, and then make your tail ends longer and bring them down like they're joining up with your arrangement. But obviously bring them so they're like loops, you know, so you've got them like that going along the top. So you've got the loops. You could do that as well. Right, well, I'll see you all again tomorrow, guys. Have a wonderful day. Take care. I love you all. Bye for now.